Oh, well, we definitely didn't expect that. I mean, we did expect that the Messi wants out saga would run throughout the summer transfer window, but we'd never expected it to run its course so quickly. Usually, issues such as these tend to drag on for weeks before reaching a bitter conclusion. How anticlimactic. Messi has decided to stay put at Barcelona, thus ending all the rumours linking him with a move to Man City, for now, because the English giants aren't going to give up so easily and have the financial power to return a few months from now. Nonetheless, Messi will remain a Barcelona player after the Argentine international officially informed the entire universe about a decision he made after a lot of thinking. In an exclusive interview with Goal, the six-time Ballon d'Or winner opened up on his decision to leave the club he spent 20 years of his life at. The Argentine revealed that it was an emotional and heartbreaking episode for him when he sent the now infamous burofax informing the club of his decision to leave. The news, once it was leaked to the press, sent reverberations around the sporting world. No one expected Messi to ever leave the club, and the Catalan giants always thought that their talismanic leader would retire at Camp Nou. The moment Messi submitted a transfer request, it became clear that we were entering a one-of-a-kind transfer saga with some of the biggest clubs in Europe looking to swoop for a player who is arguably the greatest of his generation. Unfortunately, the club's board, President Josep Maria Bartomeu in particular, was not too keen on allowing his most important asset to leave, that too without receiving anything for him. The club claimed that a €700 million release clause meant that Messi could not leave on a free, and that the option to have his own contract terminated had passed in June. Messi's entourage argued that due to the global lockdown situation, the league had been disrupted, so there was no sense to follow the contractual timeline owing to these exceptional circumstances. For several reasons, Bartomeu did not share that opinion. The president's reputation was already in tatters, and allowing Messi to leave on a free was going to further put a major question mark over his credentials. Therefore, Bartomeu clearly informed Messi's father, Jorge, during a 2-hour meeting that there was no chance his son would be allowed to leave on a free. The matter could have gone to court, and had that happened, it would have literally dragged Messi and the club's reputation through the mud. Perhaps going to court would have resulted in Messi being allowed to leave for City on a free, but in the long run, such a move could have tarnished the player's legacy. And that's why Messi decided not to go down that path and chose to stay at Camp Nou for at least one more season. During the exclusive interview, Messi revealed a lot of things and even told how his entire family was affected by the whole situation. When I communicated my wish to leave to my wife and children, it was a brutal drama, Messi told Goal. The whole family began crying. My children did not want to leave Barcelona, nor did they want to change schools. But I looked further afield and I want to compete at the highest level, win titles, compete in the Champions League. You can win or lose in it because it is very difficult, but you have to compete. At least compete for it, and let us not fall apart in Rome, Liverpool, Lisbon. All that led me to think about that decision that I wanted to carry out. In these statements, Messi has made it clear what we always thought. He never thought that the current team was good enough to compete for top honours. Indeed, do you think that this Barcelona would ever be able to compete with the likes of Bayern Munich, Manchester City or PSG? The club is going through a period of transition, and perhaps it was only fair for them to go through this period without Messi, who at the age of 33 also deserves to experience something different in his playing career. Unfortunately, Bartomeu simply did not want that, and Messi reveals that the club president actually went back on his word after assuring him that he was free to leave at the end of the 19-20 campaign. I thought and was sure that I was free to leave. The president always said that at the end of the season I could decide if I stayed or not, he said. Now they cling to the fact that I did not say it before June 10th, when it turns out that on June 10th we were competing for a La Liga in the middle of this awful and this disease altered all the season. And this is the reason why I'm going to continue with the club. Now I'm going to continue in the club because the president told me that the only way to leave was to pay the €700 million, £624 million or $823 million clause, and this is impossible. With only one way out, Messi chose not to take the club to court and says it would have been thankless of him to harm the reputation of a club that's given him so much. There was another way, and it was to go to trial, he added. I would never go to court against Barca because it is the club that I love, which gave me everything since I arrived. It is the club of my life. I have made my life here. I love Barcelona and I'm not going to find a better place than here anywhere. Still, I have the right to decide. I was going to look for new goals and new challenges, and tomorrow I could go back because here in Barcelona I have everything. It is quite evident that Messi was simply trying not to drag out the whole issue, which was why he made this decision. Nonetheless, the latest news doesn't mean that Barcelona are out of the woods yet. Messi has apparently not spoken with Bartomeu directly and decided to communicate his decision through his father. That is a clear hint of how the relationship would remain till the end of the upcoming campaign. Messi is definitely going to have a very frosty relationship with the president, and we can only hope that it doesn't derail the club's campaign. After suffering the indignity of conceding 8 goals in a single encounter, the team's morale is quite low, but the return of Messi offers a fresh perspective. Now that he's set to return to training, the Argentine is expected to put his head down, train, and then lead his team towards a better future, even if that could only last for 10 months or so. On the bright side, it also gives Messi a chance to say a proper farewell to the club, the sort of sending off a player of his calibre and class deserves after 16 years of great memories and achievements. Ronald Koeman, on the other hand, would be secretly glad that he will have the services of the club's greatest player to call upon. La Blaugrana might be a mess, but with Messi by their side, there's always hope for better days. This is probably also a good piece of news to Miralem Pjanic. The Bosnian joined the Spanish outfit only recently and must have been wondering what direction the club is taking after Messi submitted his transfer request. Thankfully for him though, he might be able to up his game a bit with someone like Messi ahead of him. In a similar vein, the club's wonder kid Ansu Fati would and should be looking to learn as much as he can from Messi. The young Spaniard is definitely a huge talent and would do well to be mentored by a man who had really good people to look up to when he started out. While he might not be at the Camp Nou for a very long time, you can expect Messi to go for one last hurrah before he rides into the sunset, or the Etihad in this case. We can just hope that fans are welcomed back to support their respective teams, so that at least we can get to see one of the most emotional send-offs in the history of the game. There'll be tears, fond memories, cheers, applause, standing ovations, and many other forms of respect. But would they be enough to placate a player of Messi's greatness? We don't think so. Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.